Collegiate athletes can now earn money using their name, image, and likeness. How this is affecting Kent's athletes and more.
An exciting announcement for those suffering from student loan debt. We have the details.
An alleged gunman was arrested in a Texas school shooting, the moments leading up to the dispute.
An urgent call for help coming from the Red Cross due to a blood shortage. All that and more as TV2 News starts right now.
This is TV2 News.
Thanks for joining us for your Wednesday edition of TV2 News. I'm Anna Louden.
And I'm Erin Sullivan.
As we start off your Wednesday news coverage, the U.S. Department of Health announced major changes to a student loan forgiveness program.
That's right, these changes could easily affect students right here on Kent State's campus. TV2's Jason Cohen can tell you more on the matter. Hi, Jason.
Thanks, guys. The announcement was made earlier today. Officials are saying it could benefit 22,000 eligible student borrowers immediately. The government typically forgives remaining student loan debt through the Public Service Loan Forgiveness Program if an eligible borrower made monthly payments for 10 years. This system has long been criticized for being difficult to navigate. The U.S. Department of Education announced many changes to come to the program. One of these changes is offering a one-time limited waiver, which means all prior payments will count towards the 10-year payment plan. This will apply to those with direct loans, those who have consolidated into the direct loan program, and those with other types of federal student loans who submit a consolidation application into the direct loan program while the waiver is in effect. Here in Kent showed excitement, since student loan forgiveness will be more accessible.
Yeah, I think student debt loan forgiveness
Thanks,
is really
guys.
important because students today all across the country are struggling to pay for college because it's so expensive nowadays, and trying to get an education is really important.
Reporting from the Franklin Hall studio, I'm Jason Cohen, TV2 News.
Hello everyone. Even though fall may be upon us, the weather we have been having here recently certainly does not reflect that. So how are things looking right now in Kent? So you are going to notice things will be looking very nice actually. 79 currently here in Kent. Is going to be partially cloudy, but there is going to be pretty good amount of sun. And as we move into the this evening here, you are going to notice that things are going to be cooling down a little bit here, and yeah, so there's very low chance of precipitation, so that's great to see, although the clouds are still going to kind of linger here as we move into this evening, with it dropping all the way down to 71, so 8-degree difference here at 8 p.m., and things are going to cool down to 67 here. So overall, things are looking very nice, but if you got to make any late night errands or maybe taking a stroll, just remember to grab the jacket because it might be a little chilly out there, but overall, things are looking pretty nice this evening. Although, as we move into the Northeast Ohio temperatures here, you are going to notice that things are looking great all across the area. 76 degrees in Ashtabula, 70 in Cleveland here, and a little bit chillier in Sandusky at 67. And then, wow, this is amazing. 10-degree difference here in Worcester and Kenton, 80 degrees compared to the 70 in Cleveland. So things are looking very nice here all across the area here, and that's all for me for right now. Stay tuned for your statewide and 7-day forecast. Back to you guys at the desk.
College athletes have had a lot of changes this summer after the pandemic. TV2's Shane Troyano has more on the new policies that are affecting athletes financially.
That's right, Anna, thank you. Now, Ohio college athletes have definitely have quite the summer, and not only because of the return of the live and the loud crowds, no, but because of two landmark decisions that will allow college athletes to make that extra dollar.
College athletes in Ohio are now able to profit off of their name, image, and likeness. And Kent State students are already taking advantage of their new opportunities.
It's beneficial for everybody, and I'm glad that I'm able to enjoy it for the next couple years while I'm in college, and I hope it just continues to elevate and bring so many success stories for others that deserve it.
The road that got student athletes to this position started back in June. The Supreme Court ruled that the NCAA violated antitrust laws by restricting universities on giving student athletes educational-related benefits.
The NCAA restriction violated the antitrust law's idea of what competition is. It really came down to Justice Kavanaugh's concurrence. When they come back to us for other things, we are probably going to rule the same way.
The court's order facilitated Ohio Governor Mike DeWine to sign an executive order allowing college athletes to profit off of their name, image, and likeness, all in an effort to increase competition.
They're going to want to do as much as they can, still controlling as much as they can their brand. You know, they're competing for these athletes.
But what Kent State cannot control? Those NIL deals that students earn. However, athletes must inform the university of their sponsorships.
We have to, fill out disclosure forms and let the university compliance know what we're doing, how we're doing it, money we're receiving. The university can't set anything up for us.
Some athletes say that these deals are rewarding as they are already making many new connections.
With one of my shoe deals that I'm working with, a lot of people have been communicating with me or communicating with me through a mutual friend, and I'm getting to know a lot of great people.
Kent State released a statement regarding students earning NIL deals, encouraging athletes to pursue personal opportunities and that the university is developing programs to assist them.
Now, it is important to note that under Governor DeWine's ordinance, athletes in Ohio specifically are not allowed to work with several different industries, so ones that include the promotion of alcohol, gambling, things like that. But athletes are allowed to get into contracts with other businesses and even get some representation with an agent. Reporting for TV2 in Kent, I'm Shane Troyano. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Shane. United Way of Portage County will host its annual campaign kickoff tonight at the Midway Drive-In in Ravenna. The event will not only showcase how the organization has helped Portage County families, it will also allow them to have a little bit of fun. The event will feature music, fireworks, and will show the movies Space Jam and A League of Their Own. The event is open to the public, but will require a donation of $10 per car.
And the Rural Relief Mobile Food Pantry out of Portage County will receive a $5,000 grant from the Gannett Foundation. The mobile food pantry uses a refurbished bus to transport food to where it is needed. Gannett's program, A Community Thrives, has distributed $17 million in grants and donations to community-based organizations.
It's Democracy Day in the city of Kent. This first-time celebration will highlight the city's new amendment, the 28th Amendment that makes all monthly city council public hearings mandatory before a general election. The celebration is taking place at the Kent City Hall chambers right now.
And a new 6-story building in Kent on the corner of Franklin Avenue and West Erie Street is coming along. Although there is no set completion date, it is expected to house a restaurant, bakery, bar, and apartments on the top 4 floors. The building is being built at the site of the former Romella's Pizza and Muggs Brew Pub. And the Kent City Council has designated an outdoor refreshment area, or DORA, on the agenda for their upcoming meetings. Outdoor seating has been available the past few months for people to order drinks and relax outside so long as they have a yellow wristband from the location they ordered. Locations include Barfly, Dominic's, Barrio, and Tacos Tontos. And we have the latest on COVID-19 cases decreasing across the country. And a local dance studio struggled after shutting down during the pandemic, but they're stepping back into the spotlight. More when TV2 returns.
This is Portage County's TV2, broadcasting from the campus of Kent State University. Streaming online at kentwired.com.
Meet the Scan, a simple procedure whose mission is to detect lung cancer early.
I'm here to save you!
But I feel fine.
That's great, but you may still be at high risk for lung cancer.
Oh man, that's a new fence.
If you smoke, early detection could save your life. Learn more at savedbythescan.org.
A local dance studio is trying to step its way back into the limelight of success after shutting down for the pandemic. TV2's Gabby Jonas has the story.
McCullough School of Irish Dance, being one of the many art forms affected by the COVID-19 pandemic, is hoping to see the luck of the Irish this year.
So we haven't had a live competition in 2 years now. So the motivation, it was lacking motivation, definitely.
After teaching for roughly 20 years and opening her dance studio in 2005, Karen Stockinger never thought that the competitions and classes would come to a halt.
I didn't open the studio for about 3 or 4 months, and I was teaching online only.
And for dance, moving classes to be taught virtually caused some challenges and setbacks.
The buffering that happens, online with if you don't have the upgraded the technology, So I did a few online, but I lost quite a few. We did our nationals this year online. It was horrible.
Before COVID, competitions also meant a lifetime of traveling.
I guess domestically, went to Orlando, went to DC, Chicago, and then also been to Ireland a handful of times, and the Netherlands.
Although travel stopped, semi-private lessons were still being taught. But Stockinger said this hurt the camaraderie of the typical close-knit group that took place in classes.
I'm really comfortable with everyone. It's really nice to dance with them. We used to hang out every weekend and stuff. It was really fun.
Not only did students miss the bonds made, the getaway of what dancing brought was also hard to lose, especially for those who danced since they were 7 years old.
I don't know, I feel like dance has always just been a consistent thing throughout my life after school specifically. So just not being able to do that after school and kind of having to do it on my own in our house was just really weird. But also from having a bad day, I can come here and stamp it out,
Reporting from Kent, Ohio, I'm Gabby Jonas.
I'm really excited to get back out there.
Welcome back, everyone. Let's move out and see how things are looking here in Northeast Ohio, shall we? So you're going to notice here in the statewide temperatures, up here in Akron, like we mentioned earlier, it's looking very nice, 79 degrees. Overall, the temperatures all across the entire state are looking pretty nice. They're all kind of ranging around from mid-70s to low 80s here, with Athens here sitting at 80. And over here on the west side, Lima 74, Dayton 77. Overall, the temperatures all across the state are looking really great. So then as we move on to the radar here, you are going to notice that it's looking great, very clear, virtually no precipitation up here in the Canton, Cleveland, Kent area. There is a little bit of scattered precipitation around Columbus there, but that'll soon pass and that'll clear up. So for this evening and the rest of the duration of the day, things are looking very nice here in Ohio, although that lack of rain will not last for very long, because as we move into the 7-day here, you are going to notice that Thursday through Saturday, we are going to have a pretty good amount of showers throughout the day. They are going to start around tomorrow evening, and then they will hopefully taper off as we head into Sunday here. Although it may be raining, the temperatures are looking very nice. 79 degrees Thursday, cool down a little bit over the weekend here, and then the rain's going to actually clear up as we move into next week here. Partially cloudy Sunday through Tuesday, although there is a slight chance of precipitation. Things are looking very great, and then we're ending the week with sunny weather. And yes, it is quite warm, and it is October. I'm surprised too. That's all for me. To keep up with all things Kent weather, check out KentWire.com. This has been Michael Vicario, your Wednesday newscast weather anchor. Remember to stay safe out there. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Michael. Texas police arrested the alleged gunman in a high school shooting that injured 4 people this morning. 18-year-old Timothy Simpkins fled Timberland High School after the shooting broke out and later turned himself in after getting an attorney. Police say the suspect drew his weapon during the fight and was not a random act of violence. Simpkins has since been charged with 3 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. A drastically low number of blood donations has put the American Red Cross in what they consider an emergency situation. CNN's Mandy Gunther has the story.
500 blood donations since 1999.
It's my way of giving back.
It's a milestone for Sean Brennan, who has rolled up his sleeves for the Red Cross even through the pandemic.
When you think of the lives you could be saving, it's a no-brainer to me.
But the Red Cross says COVID-19 has kept many others away, especially in the past several months as the U.S. has been grappling with the Delta variant.
This is an emergency.
Right now, there's a dire demand for blood. The Red Cross says its national inventory is the lowest it's been at this time of the year since 2015. There's less than a day's supply of certain blood types.
There are concerns for hospitals who may have to delay elective procedures or surgeries. A worst case scenario is that the hospitals won't have the blood for emergency type situations.
The organization estimates it'll need to collect around 10,000 additional units each week for a month above what's normally donated in order to make up for the shortage. While there's a need for all blood types, the Red Cross is most in need of type O.
O negative is universal and is used in emergency situations, and O positive is nearly universal and is the most commonly transfused blood type.
The Red Cross says safety measures are in place to keep donors and staff protected from COVID-19. That includes mask and appointment requirements.
It's all about saving lives.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
The World Health Organization announced COVID cases have decreased in the last week, continuing a decline globally. The UN Health Agency reported a 9% fall. COVID cases fell 43% in Africa, about 20% in the Middle East and Southeast Asia, and 12% in America. There have been declines in all world regions besides Europe, which remain close to the same as the previous week. Are students suffering consequences from online gaming? More on how they are affected when TV2 returns.
Tonight, the MLB postseason continues. Check out my pick for tonight's game between the Dodgers and Cardinals next.
I feel like her heartbeat is like same speed as mine. And I think we have this like deep connection, this heart connection in her heart, that there's room for me and Mom. When I'm holding her, it makes me feel calmer. It's a sensory thing. It's a thing with Asperger's.
She's really good with Anya. I've seen adults react to my daughter when she has meltdowns like she's from a different planet. And this little animal just sat next to my child and was just like, you know, it's gonna be cool. She's my superhero.
Good job, Kitty Cat.
When we adopted Lucky, we discovered all the wonderful things that make her unique.
Lucky's a little bit of a lot of things, but mostly she's pure love.
Myth. I can party with people as long as they don't have symptoms. That myth is false. As we've seen, up to 40% of people who have COVID-19 are asymptomatic and can pass it on to others. So I'd recommend avoiding any social parties, especially indoor ones. If you want to try to socialize but reduce your risk, I'd recommend meeting outside in small groups, continuing to wear a mask, and socially distancing from others if you can. Then together, we can keep COVID-19 out of school.
For ways to keep your community safe, go to backtoschooltogether.com.
TV2 Sports Report.
Good evening, Portage County, and welcome to your Wednesday night sports report. I'm Matt Corrali, and here's what's happening in the world of sports. The Kent State baseball team will kick off its fall ball season tonight. The Golden Flashes will host the Malone Pioneers at Schoonover Stadium at 6 o'clock. Kent is looking to improve on a 30-26 record from a season ago and will really look to make some noise in Mid-American Conference play and win the conference outright. You can see how the Golden Flashes fare on KentStateSports.com. For many sports fans, the month of October is the best time of year. From the NFL being in full swing, the NBA and NHL season starting later this month, and college sports getting into a groove, it's a very exciting time to be a sports fan. But the Major League Baseball postseason might be the most exciting event of all this time of year. Last night it got underway with the American League wildcard game, as it featured arguably the greatest rivalry in sports, as the New York Yankees took on the Boston Red Sox in a winner-take-all matchup at Fenway Park. Will the Yankees play spoiler and keep their dreams of winning a 28th World Series title alive? Or will the Red Sox advance to play the Tampa Bay Rays in the ALDS in front of their home crowd? Let's go to the highlights to find out. There's Fenway Park, the site of last night's game. Bottom 1-2-1 pitch to Xander Bogaerts, who crushes one deep to center field. Back goes Garner, and it's gone, setting Fenway into a frenzy. The three-time Silver Slugger puts Boston on top 2-0. Then in the sixth, Anthony Rizzo sending one down the pesky pole. It's hooking, but it will stay fair, and it's gone to put the Yankees on the board 3-1 in the sixth. Two batters later, Giancarlo Stanton crushing a 2-1 pitch deep to left field. This one's got a chance, but it'll go off the green monster and ricochet away. Center fielder Kike Hernandez throws it over to Xander Bogaerts on a hop. The throw to the plate is in time on a dart, and Erin Judge is out at the plate. A great throw by Xander Bogaerts as Plawecki gets to Judge before he gets his hand into the plate. Then we go to the bottom of the seventh. Bases loaded, 2 out for Alex Verdugo, who hits one just over the outstretched glove of Gleyber Torres. In comes Kyle Schwarber and Hernandez to score. The throw to second will get Verdugo out, but the Red Sox tack on 2 more, 6-1. Then Gleyber Torres, the final hope for the Yanks, but it's a flyout to Hunter Renfroe. Ball game. The Red Sox take the do-or-die showdown with their arch rivals and will face division rival Tampa Bay in the division series beginning on Friday night. Tonight, the Major League Baseball postseason continues as the Los Angeles Dodgers will take on the St. Louis Cardinals. The Dodgers are the defending World Series champs, and they come into this postseason in unfamiliar territory as a second wildcard team, as they will face a Cardinals squad who will have a ton of momentum going into this season, as last year saw the Cards lose to the San Diego Padres in a best-of-3 wildcard series. You can catch all of the action tonight as first pitch is set for 8:10 on TBS. And with one of the best pitchers in the game in Max Scherzer starting for LA and home field advantage tonight, it's hard to go against the defending World Series champs. For my prediction, I've got the Dodgers beating the Cardinals by the final score of 5-2, and LA heading to San Francisco to face their arch rival Giants in the NLDS. And that will wrap it up for sports. For more TV2 sports coverage, make sure to tune into Sports Corner, live streaming Mondays at 8 o'clock right here on KentWire.com.
TV2 has another edition of Today's Day in History. What occurred in 1886 that has people talking?
get strawberries?
Okay.
A study of college students identified an internet gaming disorder in 1.25% of participants. According to investigators, the study found that 22% of students who have participated in internet gaming in the past 30 days likely have had an internet gaming disorder. 59% of the students that participated in the internet gaming reported withdrawal symptoms like difficulty concentrating, fatigue, restlessness, and depression.
And a little bit of history for you. On this day in 1866, the Reno brothers orchestrated the first ever train robbery in U.S. history. The brothers, who later became infamous for their planned robberies, stopped an Ohio train headed to Indiana. The success behind their attacks were all thanks to committing crimes in rural communities. No one suspected a thing. Unfortunately for the pair, railroad companies caught on and instilled armed security on trains. The more you know.
Well, that about wraps up our coverage this Wednesday evening. Thank you for joining us.
And for more, you can check us out on KentWired.com or on our socials at KentWired. I'm Erin Sullivan.
And I'm Anna Louden. Have a great night, Portage County.
My heart doesn't see race. Love is love.